And you bring up a really good point because when you're looking at a school as an applicant and trying to understand if you are admissible, there's a very different mindset than when you're looking at a school that you've been accepted to and you recognize that
Hmm.
now I'm in the driver's seat. Now I get to really think about what it is that I want from a school. How did that change for you? And what were some of the things that you size was one that you talked about, but what else changed? And how did you weigh your options when you had it? And what schools did it narrow down to when you were making your final
Hmm.
decision?
I think for me, a factor that became less and less important throughout the process was honestly the perceived prestige or reputation
Mhm.
of the school. Because obviously, I love Villanova and I think it's a great place, but I definitely don't think it's perceived as academic as some of the other schools like NYU that I was admitted to.
Mhm. Or
And I know a lot of
Haverford,
people have that mindset. Or
right?
Haverford, exactly.
Right. Which was very
I
similar
think
to
a lot of people have
Swarthmore,
minds.
right?
Yes. And that's definitely one thing that drew me into Swarthmore in the first place was that level of name and the things that it's associated with when you say that name. So that's definitely something I was super worried about at first. But throughout the process, I kind of shifted from saying I have to just go to the school with the lowest acceptance rate out of everywhere I was admitted to figuring out where will I be happy? Where can I see myself living? Because as that reality kind of approached, I started thinking about, where am I going to wake up in a dorm and feel happy? Where will I be able to get involved in the way that's the most suitable to me as an individual? Where will I be able to appreciate the campus and the location and all that has to offer? So I think that's something that changed for me. And as I was considering schools after regular decision came out, I'd say my main options were Villanova, Fordham, Haverford, and NYU. I'd say those were the main four.
Right.
And as I continued to consider each option, I really started looking more at the student life aspect and
Mhm.
some of the aspects beyond academics and name reputation, because I realized there's a lot more to college than just what other people see, because it's also about how you'll enjoy the experience and how you'll be able to make the most of it regardless of that name.
Right. And you got into the honors college at Villanova,
Yes.
right? And did that
Hmm.
sway it at all for you because you were in that
Yeah,
college?
definitely. I vividly remember opening the letter in school. I just, for some reason, felt the need to check my portal again for Villanova
Uh-huh.
that day when I was sitting in class, and I saw this big alert that I had an update to my application. I wasn't really sure what. I clicked on
Right.
it, and then there was all this confetti, and there was a notification that I was admitted to the honors college, which I honestly did not even know existed when I was applying. So
Right.
I was really surprised about that. I was really excited because initially I was very happy to be admitted, but it wasn't exactly a front runner because I was concerned about the size and the prevalence of Greek life and a lot of aspects that kind of deterred me from other similar schools.
Mhm.
But once I got into the honors college and I started looking online at some of the students and some of the things that it could offer to me, I've realized that it would provide a lot of opportunities and I'd be able to find my people even in a bigger small school, because they always say you can make a big school small, but you can't always make a small school big. And I
Yeah.
figured I could kind of get the best of both worlds with that small, close-knit academic environment that I'd always been looking for, and a bigger social environment with sports and a larger population of, 7,000 undergrads instead of 2,000, which is something that had kind of changed throughout the year with respect to my preferences on school size.